Hey loves, welcome back again to another video. So first things first, we're going to start by prepping our wool. Okay, so one thing that I've noticed is that the colored wool is 250 grams while the black wool is 200 grams. Okay, so I just went ahead and cut the wool to my desired length. It will all depend with how long or short you want yours to be. Okay, so after that I'm going just to comb the wool because you don't want to be working with some blunt ends, so I'll just comb the wool. And I did that to the black one as well, which I didn't show, but the process was just the same way as I'm doing to this colored wool. Okay, so after that I'll just go ahead and stretch out the ends. Okay, because again you don't want to be working with some blunt end because you'll not be able to braid all the way to the very end. Okay, so I started off by just braiding the first row. We are on to the second row, so I'll just go ahead and take my comb. So this is my edge comb, and I'm going to use it to split my hair. Okay, just like so. And then after that I'll just take my hair wax and I'm going to apply to where we have parted the hair, and back again with our rattle comb we're going to just split the hair once again, just to make sure that it is nice, clean and precise. Okay, so guys, this part is very important, especially if you want to get the same size of the braids. Okay, so I just went ahead and start dividing the wool. So I'm going to take 2 strands of wool. Okay, and then I'm going to place them aside, and I did that 3 times for the black wool. Okay, and I'm going to do that again to the colored wool. So I'm going to take 2 strands of wool and I'm going to place them aside. And guys, you remember I did comb the wool towards the end, and I did stretch out. So don't comb the wool all through, you can just comb only the tips, especially if you want to have the same size of the extension. So you just comb only the tips, and then after that now you'll be able to divide. Now depending on the size you're going for, whether you want to take 2 strands, 3 or 4. So for me, I'm working with 2 strands of wool. Okay, so moving on to the braiding process, I started off by just braiding my natural hair 2 times, and then I started feeding in the pieces of extension. Of course, you're going to start with the black wool. Okay, and I'm going to feed all the 3 sections, or rather the 3 pieces that we had set aside. Okay, so guys, please just bear with my lighting. So my lighting was just on and off, but please just bear with me. Okay, and I'm hoping that you are going to find this tutorial helpful and easy to follow. So hey loves, welcome back again to another video. My name is Yana Tungo. If it's your first time here, most welcome. If not, welcome back. Please go ahead and subscribe to my channel, and please don't leave without liking the video. It will mean so much if you get to like my video, because it will be recommended to some other people as well who will want to learn to know how to achieve this type of hairstyle. So please like my video. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section down below. I will attend to all your questions and all your concerns. Okay, so I'm going to braid about 3/4 of the extension, and then after that I'm going to start feeding in the remaining pieces of hair. Now the colored wool, we're going to feed them in. And just so you should know, one of the reason why I went for this hairstyle, this is one of the most affordable hairstyle that you can rock. Okay, because I only got to use 1.5 bundles of the black wool, and the colored wool only go to use 1 bundle. Okay, so if I were to compare this with using braiding hair, then I feel like this one is more cheaper, and also it is doable. So please give it a try and let me know in the comment section down below. And depending on the beauty store, you can get this wool at 80 to 100, again depending on where you're going to buy the wool. And I love the fact that they are locally available, so you'll not have to hustle just to get this Brazil. So give it a try and let me know in the comment section down below. So right about now I'm just making sure that I tuck the colored wool, or rather the black wool, so that it doesn't show that much. So that is what I'm doing right now. And then after that, I'll just go ahead and braid till the very end of the extension. And I'm hoping that you're going to find this tutorial helpful and easy to follow. So of course we don't have, you know, ombre wool, so you can just choose to make your own ombre wool, you know, depending on the colors that you want to use. So you can just go ahead and give it a try, and I promise you'll not be disappointed. So moving on, we're going to start again by just braiding my natural hair, and I did that 2 times, okay? And then I'm going to start feeding in now the pieces of extension. And just so you should note, if you're new into doing knotless, then you can go ahead and use Brazilian wool because the hair comes already pre-sectioned, okay? And that is why I told you earlier that if you want to comb the wool, or you know, stretch out the wool, just comb only the tips, okay? And then after that, now you'll be able to divide the wool depending on the, you know, the size that you want, whether big or small, that will be upon you now, okay? So with me, like I said, I did take aside 2 strands of wool, and that is what I fed in. I fed in 3 times, okay, for the 2 strands that I had set aside. I'm hoping that I'm making sense, guys.
What's your sign? You are the shine. They look in my body, no name, so go, 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 go on the nazi, go, 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 go on me, go, keep on it, so let's not stop. This shit makes you expire too. What's your sign? You got the shine. They look in my body, no name, so keep on it.
Okay guys, so just like I've mentioned earlier, so I only got to use 1.5 bundles of the black wool, okay? And for the colored wool, I only got to use 1 bundle, and I feel like I only used 1 bundle of the colored wool because it is more, you know, as opposed to the black wool. So this colored wool is weighing 250 grams, and the colored, rather the black wool, is 200 grams, okay? So I bought 4 packs, but you know, 4 packs, that is the 2 packs of the black wool and 2 packs of the colored wool. But for the black wool, only got to use 1.5, you know, it didn't even reach a half, but I feel it was somewhere around 1.5 bundles, okay? And for the colored wool, only got to use 1 bundle. And just like I've mentioned, you can get this hair at 80 bob, 100 now, depending on the beauty store, and some retails as low as 70. So again, it will all depend with where you will buy the wool, okay? So right about now, I'm just, you know, sectioning out the hair just to make sure that my parts are clean enough for my liking, okay? And I'm using Bamsi wax. So I've shot the wax like in most of my videos, so that is, you know, the blue jar. So I'm using the Bamsi wax, you know, it's in a blue jar, so I know you know, okay? So after that, I'll just go ahead and mold my hair into place, and then I'm going to start braiding my hair, okay? So I'm going to, you know, start by just braiding my natural hair, and I'm going to braid 2 steps. Then after that, I'm going to start feeding in the black wool, okay? And I'm going to feed in 3 times. Once that is done, I'll just go ahead and start, you know, braiding. And then once I've braided past, you know, a quarter of this, you know, extension, I'll just start feeding in now the colored wool. So I'm hoping that you have found this tutorial helpful, and please let me know in the comment section if you're going to give it a try. And again, just like I've mentioned, we don't have ombre wool in the market, so you can go ahead and make your own ombre braids, depending on the color that you want to go for. Honey, please feel free to use any color that you want if you be looking for to work with some ombre braids. And you know how much they are going for at the market right now. They are super expensive, so you can just make your own ombre braids using Brazilian wool.
Makes you expensive. Oh, my baby, kill my limousine. Talking real, keep on it low. Hey, yo, hey, yo. So let's go.
Okay, lovies, so at this point I was super excited because we are on to our last braid, and I'm super excited. Okay, so you want to start by just braiding your natural hair. Like, the process is pretty much repetitive. Okay, and then after braiding my natural hair 2 times, I'm going to start fitting the extension. Okay, so you want to braid again 1, 2, take the second piece of extension, place it between your thumbnail and index finger, then braid again 1, 2, just like so. And then right about now I'm taking the last piece of extension. Okay, so when you're braiding, you want to braid tight enough so that your natural hair will not pop out of the extension. And that is the reason why again I use the wax, just to make sure that my natural hair doesn't pop out of the extension. I mean, guys, you want the hairstyle to look clean and neat. Okay, so you can use wax, you can use edge control, just to use whatever product that works for you. So for me, I don't have like a braiding gel, so that is why I'm using wax, which it works for my hair. Okay, so just use what product that works for you, and it will be all good. Okay, I'm hoping that you found this tutorial helpful up to this point. And again, please, if you haven't yet liked my video, go ahead and like the video. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section down below. So once I was done, I just went ahead and dipped the hair in hot water. Of course, I didn't get to film that part, but I did dip the hair in hot water so that it can look neat, and again so that you can tame the flyaways that we might be having here and there. So loves, that was it for today's video. I'm hoping that you found this tutorial helpful and easy to follow, and if you did, please let me know in the comment section down below. So I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye for now and take care.
This shit makes you